Hey San Antonio, this is Rob for the MetalWorks. Today I'm hanging out at the Sunset Station in support of a legendary band, yes, one of our favorites. It comes no better than the band Slayer, and I have with me a legendary guitarist who needs no introduction, the man KERRY King. How you doing, Kerry?
What's up, my man? Hanging in there?
You looking good, man.
Thank you. Feeling good.
There's a lot to talk about. I don't want to waste a lot of time today talking about anything in the past, but all the fans out there, first and foremost, want to know, you guys have been supporting God Hates Us All for quite some time. What's the latest update on writing the new record? What's the progress at? When do you forecast that it will be out for the fans?
We got a ton of stuff. We loaded the back end of this year with pure gigging because we thought we'd have a record out already. Me and Dave were playing 12 songs before he went out with Phantomos earlier in the year. So it's cool. You know, we're playing 6 months. We started beginning of June, and I've been home like 2.5 weeks total since. So it's been non-stop gigging, but it's cool to like take those 6 months, leave those songs lie, go home, check them out. And I know 90% of them I'm still going to dig, if not all of them. So I'm going to go home after this, do nothing for 3-4 weeks, and hop back on it. Probably make up a couple, 2 or 3 more tunes just to see how they lie next to the ones we've already done. Pick the best ones and go to it. Hopefully, I want to record in March because Dave's going out with Phantomos again in April. So I'd like to have a record. If we can get his stuff done in March, should be out beginning midsummer.
And Dave will continue to be part of the band, is that correct?
Yeah, as far as I know. I mean, that's Dave's call, but everything I've known about it seems that way.
Good. Let's talk about the new DVD. You guys just released it last month. Still Raining in San Antonio. For some of you yet who don't have it, go ahead and take a look at it. It's out on the streets. Still Raining, no doubt. All the live stuff, your definitive piece of work, many would say. All the live songs of Rain and Blood. Talk a little bit about the DVD.
Well, it's cool because, like, you could pick just the Rain set, which is 10 songs top to bottom. Then there's a few bonus tunes. I haven't watched this in so long. I'm looking to see what's on it, but ones that have never been on video, as far as I know. Hallowed Point, Spill of Blood. So we try to get a couple things on there that had never been recorded visually, and got the cool blood drop. It's a rad video. Some places through this tour we're doing the blood drop, but this one here we're not because the stage is too small.
Let's talk. I like the fact, first of all, let me tell you, Kerry, that this wasn't like a compilation of live video from different shows. This was one show shot in Augusta, Maine. Tell me a little bit of all the places in the country, why Augusta, Maine? I mean, no doubt. I mean, you can tell it's a big show, and the fans are definitely rabid. But I mean, a lot of people don't think of Augusta, Maine as really a.
Well, that one was a timing thing because we wanted to get this out before Christmas, and we videoed it on Ozfest on some of the off days. We did some off days with Slipknot, and that was the first off day, and it was a big theater kind of place, I think, and we knew we could pull it off. We just had to get the blood guy out there and get that system happening. What we got with us now isn't the same thing that's on the DVD, but it's similar. You know, you get a similar effect.
Let's. I'm glad you're talking about the blood thing because that's been like in the press a lot. People talking about the blood drop. Yeah, we thought we were gonna see it tonight. At least that's what I had heard from Heidi, your girl Heidi Robinson out there. But Fitzgerald, let me talk a little bit about that idea. I mean, the concept no doubt relates to the Raining Blood, but is that like a really big pain in the butt to do that almost, you know, as part of the tour? Because you guys are getting drenched in all this blood, man.
Well, the funny thing is, for the DVD, we never dress rehearsed it. We checked it out, see if it worked in the parking lot, and that was it. So we didn't know how it was going to affect us playing or anything like that. We just dove in, and lucky thing, it worked. You know, and we all hit our spot except Hannum, and he just got a little bit of it. But you know, we were set up to fail in so many ways, and it worked. So I'm pretty happy with it.
Are the techs hating the tours since they have to clean all the blood off your pickups and shit?
This one, we had the initial blood before the song, which we don't do anymore. We just do it at the end where there's rain. And that guitar, that's the only. I had that guitar made for the video. I used it those 2 songs, and it never was happy after that. So it went to the Hard Rock Cafe where it can just go out to pasture. But now with just the rain effect, it's not as thick as the stuff we got on that. So I try to keep my guitar out of it while I get under it. You know, I'll try to. It gets wet, but you know, after the show, just wipe it down. It's ready to go again.
Let's talk about what's coming up as we go into '05? We're about to obviously take a break for Christmas and stuff, but what do you have going for '05? Do you still want to continue to tour? Are you gonna maybe just, like you said, take straight time off? Because you guys are, I mean, road dogs. You guys are always playing.
Yeah. I can't foresee us playing before summer. I mean, I'm sure we'll be off 5-6 months, but in that time, ideally, we'll record and get the record done. So then, whenever that comes out, we'll take off again. If Jägermeister's still doing metal next year, which nobody knows because they're just getting slammed with advertising rules they can't do. Like a lot of places they advertised last year, they can't advertise anymore. So if they're still doing metal next year, chances are we'll be on the 3rd year in a row, which would be cool. We'll get our own little three-peat happening. But it depends probably on the rules regarding their advertising. And
a lot of the fans out there have seen some of the blood in the video too, the Bloodline video.
Yeah.
Let's talk about videos, because for what we do regionally, videos are still a very important part of our programming. Do you like doing videos? Do you still think they're an important part of the industry, or would you prefer just to continue to do DVDs for the home?
I like doing videos. I think, especially for our kind of music, I think people put too much thought into it, because I think for a band like ourselves, if you got a video on, I think people want to see us doing what we do rather than seeing story with people that you've never even seen, upcoming actors. So what? I think people put too much thought, too much, like, who cares if there's a story in the video? I mean, our fans want to see us play, and that's what I think we should do, So if the blood thing was cool, but all the other stuff that was in it, I wasn't really into that, so what, show us playing, that's what people want to see, and, you can put 2 videos out for the price of 1 that way,
Let's talk about KERRY KING now. You've got some things going that were kind of made public, probably already in the works before '04. But talk a little bit about some of the things that you're doing with your clothing line. I heard that you're doing handmade stuff, and I mean, to me as a fan, I would say, geez, if KERRY KING's doing this stuff by hand, personally, I mean, this is something I really want to get my hands on. Yeah. But I take it there's not a whole bunch of it out there.
Yeah, I haven't released any of the handmade stuff yet. The T-shirts. It's just basically going to be like concert swag, like hoodies, hats. With me being on the road for 6 months, I kind of haven't paid enough attention to that. Right. But I'm home 2 weeks from now, and I'm really going to get some new product out there. I just updated the site yesterday. I'm going to have probably the first 20 wristbands available before New Year's. Cool. So,
and where can...
Actually, they're going to come out with a piece of these pants that I wore in this video. I'm going to cut these pants up, and I'm going to sign them and number them to match the wristbands. So it's a cool little memorabilia thing.
And where can they pick it up at, KERRY? Your website?
Yeah, KFKindustries.com.
And let's talk about, there's a lot of musicians out there who watch Rob's MetalWorks. Let's talk about your endorsement with BC Rich. You've been with them for quite some time, always coming out with new versions of your signature series guitar. What's on the latest plate with BC Rich?
Well, the latest thing they put out was a Warlock package, black with a red tribal design on it. It's really, the guitars they put out for that price, the entry-level guitars, I call them, it's a quality instrument for somebody just starting, It's not something I would say, if you're in a band, go get it, because then you'd probably want something better. You'd probably want something with better pickups. But for some parent or some teenager that's like, man, I'd like to go maybe learn to play guitar, these guitars look great, and they sound good for that level guitar. So it's pretty cool.
And then you have your high-end signature stuff too.
Yeah, that stuff's way off the chart. If you bought one of those, thanks very much. But I mean, they think a lot of those guitars. I told them they should put out a signature, that white one, to go out with a DVD. And instead of like a wristband or a headband they put in, I said, put a little blood pack in there, so if they want to just put it on their wall, they could drip blood all over it and have a cool little thing. So they're thinking about that. If not, like year after this January, they'll probably put out the 2nd generation V, which is what I'm playing now.
KERRY, any last words, man? Anything we missed? Anything with KERRY King that you want to share? Anything you want to tell the people out there in San Antonio, man? Crazy Slayer maniacs down here in the South.
Everything I got my hands into. We got the KFK Industries, the guitars. Dunlap put out a 10-band EQ that's mine. Okay. That's pretty cool. It's based on, I use a rack mount system, but this one's a pedal. It's based on the stuff I play. So 10 bands, got a volume and a gain boost. It's cool little item. They're thinking about doing Q-Zone, which is another little guitar pedal. It's like having a wah, but not sweeping it yourself. It's like on a natural sweep and you set it. So we're thinking about doing that one. That's a cool little pedal. I mean, if you watch us play, and I'm not playing on a wah, I'm playing on the Q-Zone. So If you're interested, go check them out. They haven't made a signature one of mine yet, but if you're in a music store and you see a Q-Zone, say, hey, can I check that out? It's a pretty cool little toy. I like having toys. Another cool thing in my guitars, a couple of my live ones, I put Fernandez sustainers in them. You hit the switch, and it's got a 3-position setting, one with high feedback, one with warm feedback, and one with just a note. And when you turn that thing on, you'll never lose that note. It's like screaming or warm. Another cool toy. So if you guys get an opportunity to check that out,
those are all out there already.
That's another trick of the trade. Yeah, Fernandez has been putting that out for a while. It doesn't have my name on it. It's just called Fernandez Sustainer.
Oh, okay.
It's a cool toy.
And as we end out, Kerry, I just want to ask one critical question. I mean, you're undoubtedly, old school. You're legendary. I mean, how do you feel right now about what's happening in the U.S. with regards to heavy music? Do you feel it's coming back? Some people would say that.
Yeah, it seems to be. I think the key to making that happen is having the old geezers like us, still around putting out relevant music, and a bunch of new guys that are putting out decent stuff that makes the scene seem hip, and then you get kids that friends tell a friend, and so on and so on. That's how things get built up again. But grunge had its moment, grunge went away. New metal had its moment, new metal went away. And I don't think either of those are coming back. But hardcore music always comes back, and it seems to be coming back right now. There's tons of new bands. So if you got friends that are into it and they got CDs, check them out before you buy them, because some of the new ones are good, some of them ain't. So I'm trying to save you a buck.
Does it feel like you've been doing this for 20 years?
Man, it seems like I've been doing it all my damn life.
It almost has been.
Yeah, I've been doing it more than half my life.
Yeah.
So
20 years, about a little over 20 years now, right?
Yeah, we got together in '81. The first record came out in '83. Doesn't seem like it, because we're still kicking and having, big concerts and relevant albums that people pay attention to. This thing came out and went number 7, so, in the metal world, we're the juggernaut, and it's cool.
I think one of the great attributes of Slayer is that even young musicians right now, like the 15-year-olds right now who are watching this show, are still being influenced by Slayer versus, some of the guys who were my age, 20, 30 years old. You're still affecting and generating influence with the young people out there still.
Yeah, when you were talking about BC Rich a minute ago, I meant to say this, and I forgot. 2 days ago, I did a in-store in El Paso for BC Rich. I do those every once in a while. And there's over 600 people there just to watch me jack off on the guitar. That's awesome. It was the coolest one I'd ever done, and I updated my site and with that too. So, if anybody was there, they could check it out and say, he mentioned us, that's cool. But it was truly the coolest guitar piece I did. It was off the hook.
Kerry, thanks, man. Thank you for your time this afternoon. San Antonio, don't forget the new DVD is out there. It's called Still Raining. We have the man, Kerry King of Slayer. Don't go anywhere. You're going to see some DVD footage coming up next. Slayer fucking rocks on Rob's Metalworks.